My name is India. I was in a cult for 7 years.
Keith Raniere is the most horrific cult leader.
I had to ask permission to eat. He was doing demeaning sexual acts.
It kept getting more extreme.
The cruelty, it's beyond the pale.
We don't know how many victims there could be. I had no idea the worst was about to happen.
What up with it, y'all? It's Coffee. Back at it, man. And M.I.A. needs help. Y'all remember her? M.I.A., British rapper. I swear when I first seen her getting posted in the blogosphere, going in, speaking about JayZ in Rock Nation, saying something, it was getting headlined, something along the lines of M.I.A. calls out JayZ and Rock Nation for M.I.A. calls out JayZ and Rock Nation. I sacrificed my career for my child. Now, you hear that and you're like, what is going on? What is this all about? And it's so crazy. This story just gets deeper and deeper. It almost, when you're hearing M.I.A. speak on this, she's pleading to the press. She's pled to the president, the federal government. As she says, this gets political as well. She's reached out to everyone, and no one seems to be able to help her. But she's saying Biden can't and won't do a damn thing. And apparently, as the way M.I.A. takes it all in, she needs a Republican to win and be in office for her to able to get into the country and be able to see her son. Like, she begged the government, please, just let me be able to see him during the holidays, during Christmas a year ago or so. And they were like, we can't help you, sorry. But the more and more you dig into the story, it just gets deeper and deeper. And no cap, it almost sounds like something that a conspiracy theorist would be saying. You feel me? Like, real talk. You guys remember, I know you guys heard that opening there about that cult. And I'm sure a lot of y'all remember that group that I don't even think you can say their name in the blogosphere anymore, that was real active, and they were out to expose everyone, all the politicians. You guys remember that? They were saying a lot of individuals were on this house arrest in World Court, and there would be these pictures where you could see like what would look like an ankle monitor on certain individuals, and they were like, yo, see, they're going to court, it's a wrap, it's over for them, they're related to the devil. And then there was some ish where a lot of individuals had black eyes as well. What was that all about? Fill me in, as I know that ish just kind of came and went, but I never really knew what the black eye thing was about. I just remember seeing a lot of people posting about it, and it was just so bizarre how many people I seen with a black eye. All these rich and powerful people. It was weird. It was pretty creepy. Again, I didn't even know exactly what was going down behind it, but it gave me the creeps, the damn heebie-jeebies. You feel me? But what she is calling out JayZ and Rock Nation for is, I guess, because she couldn't get into the country. And you guys remember that song, right? All I wanna do is psh, 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 and take your money. I don't know why I went instead of that's when the cash register part goes off. It was in Pineapple Express. It was a banger. I remember she said some ish like, we pack and deliver like UPS trucks and all that. But I guess with the custody battle going on, her not being able to get into the country, her career got put on hold one way or another with Rock Nation. And she says Rock Nation took her style and essentially just created some clones. Like, not literally, but got someone to try and look the part and more or less just act as a puppet and get in the booth and spit that M.I.A. music. And then her career was ex-nayed, vetoed. They didn't need her no more. That's what she's saying what JayZ and Rock Nation did to her. Now, where it gets deeper with this cult and things of that nature, I don't think there's any ties, or she's alleging that there's any ties between Rock Nation, JayZ, and the cult or whatever. As you see, the cult, I think it's spelled NXIVM or something like that. It looks like maybe there's numerals, I don't know, but I heard them pronounce it Nexum. And it's some really creepy-ish, like cults always are. There's always some WEIRDO-ish going on, and a lot of sick crimes, and there's always someone who is able to get people to join up to this cult. As I'm gonna play a little something else for y'all in a minute, where someone is quoted as saying, people don't join cults, they join a good idea or a good thing. And that is what this individual is theorizing, that cults typically stem off of something where there's good principles, or at least people think there is, and either it was a farce and a fugazi the whole time, and it was just a ploy to get victims in, to lure them in, or in some situations, it's stated that certain individuals take over the cult and start manipulating, or it wasn't a cult, it was whatever it was, and they take it over and start manipulating it their way and getting everyone to listen to them and think that they're God. And I don't know, it's just all creepy, man. I don't want to be near no one down with none of that ish. And you know what's so crazy too, side convo, there was a dude I remember that was in the blogosphere, and he told on a cult. I think he was part of the cult. I don't know if it was when he was younger or not, but he was in a cult one way or another. And when it came time and the feds came around and he realized what was going on, he informed on him. And a lot of people were calling him a snitch and all that. And you guys know Jay Coffee Talk ain't no gangster. I'm a square. I have no qualms about calling law enforcement, but I just don't even see how anyone can give anyone any ish for cooperating and putting those kinds of sick criminals away. Now, if it's some sick, twisted fluck who was taking part in the real evil doings, and then when the feds swoop in with their investigation and all that, they get the federal government to give them a deal so they can get out of trouble, and then they're cooperating and putting people away. That's fucked up. Not that they're cooperating, as the people need to go down and the information needs to get out there, but it's fucked up that the government cuts those kind of individuals' deals and lets them walk free. That's the fucked up part, and it's like that happens way too much. But back to what I was talking about with M.I.A. Her ex-husband, this guy Benjamin Bronfman, who is an entrepreneur and a musician. He was nominated for doing music on Kanye's Yeezus album, a couple tracks. I don't know if they won the Grammys, but he was nominated for it. And peep this, he owns, or is part owner, or is involved in a global, what is it? My handwriting's so bad. A global thermostat, which is a direct air capture company that removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This is the Benjamin Bronfman dude, who I guess is a billionaire, and him and M.I.A. are split up, and his family has ties to these cult people. And there's this other individual, Nancy Salesman, another guy named Keith Raniere, who you heard mentioned in that opening clip there where they were talking about this cult. And they all got hit with time, some more than others. Like the Nancy Salesman, she got 42 months in prison and a $150,000 fine for racketeering conspiracy. The Keith Raniere guy, he got 120 years. The court received more than 100 victim impact statements detailing the harm Raniere caused. On October 27, 2020, the judge sentenced Raniere to 120 years incarceration and $1.75 million fine. And there was really, really sick, creepy stuff, as you heard, that this individual was doing. And that's a good thing. They slayed him with time. He'll rot away in prison where he belongs. But the lady, who seems like she was all in the mix and all a part of what this guy had going on, his evil, sick plan, and it seems she got off with a light sentence. 42 months, 12, 24, 36. So it's like 3.5 years is all she got. There you go again with the feds letting these evil criminals off too easily. But seriously, think about it. Like I was saying, doesn't this almost sound like something that's coming from a conspiracy theorist, but it all turns out to be 100% true? M.I.A, as I didn't say in all my talking and rambling that I've been doing, she can't get into the United States, even though she pays U.S. taxes. But she can't get in because when she was 18, she stole some food when she was really poor. And then now she split up with the Bronfman guy who's related to these cult people, and they have custody of the kid. Like, for real, this just sounds like such a sick, twisted movie about some evil, elite, rich people. Like, dude has the company that cleans carbon dioxide out the air. He worked with Kanye West, Grammy nominated. Then you got these other cult people that he's tied to. And then politics is keeping M.I.A. out of the country. It just, seriously, it sounds like some crazy plot to a twisted movie. But it's real, and she needs help. Now, check this out. This is everything she was talking about. I sacrificed my career for my child. They ripped me off and copied my style and gave it to their puppets and shadow banned me on every platform. But it was worth it to save him from the madness of what you know now. Be very clear why my M.I.A record was buried in 2013. My first custody battle was in 2013. My child was 4. I was managed by JayZ, who ultimately was paid by the Bronfmans. Was I saying that guy's name? My bad. Benjamin Bronfman. I was saying Bronfman. Sorry, y'all. I butcher names sometimes. I always say that. But there you go. She is saying that JayZ actually does have ties to these individuals. And it's so wild with JayZ and Roc Nation. You know, like, we heard about the good work JayZ and Roc Nation did with that Parchment prison in Alabama, where it was flooded with fecal matter and it was just all messed up. The prison was denying what was going on. The only reason, like, word was really able to get out was because of smuggled in cell phones, or otherwise no one knew. The prison was saying, nah, we're good. That's what the officials were saying. And then he also helped out 21 Savage with his immigration situation. And you hear of him doing a lot of other stuff, trying to free a lot of people, people who still are doing ridiculous sentences for marijuana crimes. And like, they're in some weird state, or for whatever reason, the law hasn't got rolled back. Jay's trying to do stuff like that. But then he's working with, it seems, these cultist, evil, kidnapping individuals, you know? It says fraudulent scheme nationwide for Rainier and NXIVM, as they're called. Nexum is how I heard it pronounced. Bronfman and her husband founded the Athol Education Group, a France-based offshoot of Rainier's Rainbow Cultural Garden, as well as the UK branch of the RCG itself. The school was closed by the authorities in 2020. On June 19, 2019, the co-founder Rainier was found guilty of ex-trafficking and racketeering. At trial, prosecution witnesses and cult defector Mark Vicente testified that Sarah Bronfman was among Rainier's trusted group. So there you see it again. Federal government cutting deals with evil individuals, cult motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, why do you do that, feds? On January 28, 2020, Sarah and Claire Bronfman were named as defendants when so they got tied into the case. It cut off there. I couldn't read the rest, but don't worry, we got plenty more info for you. Then M.I.A went on to say Aurora James, which is who I think is with her baby's dad, ex-husband now, gave her child the treatment without her permission. They manipulated the child by lying to a 12-year-old, pretending to be his mom. Of course, if it's not your own child, you don't know how you can psychologically damage a child with mental games. She, Beyonce, and Solange's friend. So damn, she's saying not just Jay and Roc Nation was tied to these individuals. Beyonce and her sister are involved too. And M.I.A. is saying, alleging that they're brainwashing the child. This is crazy. Lying to the child about who the mother is, what's going on. And it just goes on to say how M.I.A. is calling out the U.S. immigration policies as she's still struggling to see her 14-year-old son with ex-fiance Benjamin Bronfman. She said, Biden won't let me see my child. And she has a picture of the visa. What does he say? She's ineligible for a U.S. visa because of her past behavior, which, like we said, was stealing food when she was 18 and poor. The longest processing is meant to be 2 months, and it's already been that. I have to wait till a Republican wins. Wow. And then it says here, waivers are taking 6 to 9 months plus to come through at the moment. M.I.A. is ineligible for U.S. visa due to her past behavior, despite having had visas before. Remember in that song, she said, if you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. I guess, according to her, the Bronfmans, the Coldists, and JayZ shut that ish down with the help of Biden. Is that really what's going on out here? Y'all comment. She will have to go through this process each time she applies for a U.S. visa for the rest of her life. Wallace, I appreciate that you're frustrated with the speed of the process and the bureaucracy involved. It really is out of our hands. And, she had a son with this Bronfman guy in 2009. But 2012 seems as when she was like split from the kid for good. But prior to that, 2009 to 12, I guess, she was struggling, doing what she could to try to keep custody. And she has accused Bronfman, the billionaire, of trying to take her son away from her in 2013 and publicly pleaded with the U.S. government to let her celebrate Christmas with him in December 23, which I had told y'all about earlier in this video. It says they basically saying I have to wait for a Republican to come to office because 9 months from now is the election. I'm not allowed to see my child for stealing food at 18 when I was poor. Yet your government is okay with my child being with a family convicted for trafficking in cults. Would you say the difference between me and migrants coming in is that I can't vote. I'm paying U.S. taxes too. So there's another, crisis and topic that you hear talked about in the news a lot. The immigration crisis and the border crisis and all that. Everyone join the discussion on this. Make sure to like the video and subscribe as well. This is a crazy situation. Like I said, it really has all the elements to it that it sounds like a conspiracy or like some crazy movie, but it is indeed real life. And then, these are the individuals, like I was talking about already, from the cult that got that prison time. And I don't know, in the meantime, M.I.A. has just assed out while JayZ, Bronfman, Beyonce, Solange, and Bronfman's new chick, who they have told the child is his mom, keep M.I.A. away from the child and out of contact with the child as well. Now, I'm going to say, and a lot of people will say, and I'm going to say too, because it is facts, there's two sides to every story. Some will say there's three. One side, the other side, and then the truth that falls somewhere in the middle. I will say I haven't seen Bronfman or any of these other individuals speak about M.I.A. It seems like they're just on the hush. Got the kid and just living life. But my point was and is, even without hearing the other side, right, whatever their allegations are about M.I.A., which if they're the press has been all over this story and done a lot of digging. So if she had some real serious dirt, I'm sure it would be blasted out in the media, especially with these rich billionaires being involved in the reach that they have. But what I was going to say is, even without hearing the other side, which I just don't really think there is, like what I was just saying about the billionaires and research and the press and their reach, this side of the story, which is all factual, is spooky, creepy, and bugged out. And that's a fact, man. So there you have it. M.I.A. said she was duped by JayZ, her ex-husband, Roc Nation, Beyonce, Solange, this cult, and she needs help. She wants her baby back. Her baby doesn't even know who his real mother is anymore. This is crazy. And then you got Biden and the whole political and election factor as well as the border stuff and all that. It's a crazy story. So jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Stay tuned for updates. Hopefully M.I.A. can make some progress and get her kid back. That's crazy, keeping the kid from the mother. But I'm gonna leave you guys with one more clip about this cult. Catch you on the next video. It's Jay Coffee, and I'm gone. Peace.
If we understood the world, and if we understood ourselves, that's worth everything.
ESP NXIVM is a methodology that allows people to optimize their behavior.
NXIVM is the umbrella company. Keith was the founder.
He had the highest IQ in the world. He was a legend.
Our main belief is to have people experience more joy in their lives.
It's a worldwide organization.
LA has a center. San Francisco is building a center. Miami, London.
You will be as ethical as possible. You will be that which you want to see in the world. When conventional solutions don't work, maybe the unconventional way of thinking does.
I was looking around at all these people that just didn't seem joyful. I started to get concerned.
There's a group of women that have signed a vow. They've given things as collateral. And they're trying to recruit other women to do this.
There's a secret organization in NXIVM. They sign a lifetime vow of obedience, and they're branding girls. So strong, like you'd never be able to do what I just did.
If you believe I've done something good, that's important because I always want to earn my authority.
There's a lot of things about the organization that's not right.
Our commitment is our power. You stay.
There's no good way to leave. Ever.
As much as she doesn't know how to let go of this cult, I don't know how to let go of her. I have to expose what's going on. This has to be stopped.
There are a group of people. We're going to the press. We are filing criminal charges.
It was like there was a crack in the dam.
You know, these are adult women, and this is their choice.
Nobody joins a cult. They join a good thing.
All of the accusations are not true.
Everybody is a blend of good and bad.
You're branding my fucking wife. The unknown is scary, and some of the consequences are harsh.
I have fucked up epically.